So first of all, I want to give you some insights about the project itself, because this competition is part of a bigger project, which is called HERE. It's a project that was set up by my boss at Crater, and it's called Heritage and Urban Architecture Resilience. And we submitted this project to an organization called ALIF, which is the Alliance for the Preservation of Heritage. And it's an organization that was set up at the beginning just to work in conflict areas, in areas with war and very big problems. But nowadays they are opening up to other issues and other types of crises, including climate change. So the project we submitted to them was basically to explain that we will just work and research on 3 World Heritage sites that have buildings that are made of earth. Just a few words on Crater. We are an NGO that was set up, and that's interesting for you. It was an NGO that was set up by students in the 1979, and so just students of your age, and which were facing a dilemma, which was, what are we going to build, knowing that in the year 2000 there will be no more petrol. That's what we heard at that time. I was a kid. I remember my parents telling me that very soon we won't have cars anymore, there will be no more petrol. There was a big crisis, and as a student of architecture, these people just said we have to look for something else, and that's how they discovered urban architecture in the world. So the challenge that we have with this competition is that we don't want just to build an office for GMMB in Kumasi. We would like this building to be an example of what can be done with local resources. We want this building to pay tribute actually to what existed in the past. So yesterday, these are images of the 19th century around Kumasi. This is how people used to build. Today, this is what you see in the landscape. So what will be the architecture of tomorrow? And that might be a challenge for you to face. Just imagine that the price of petrol increases or doubles, the price of cement doubles. What will you do tomorrow as architects? What will you offer to your clients as an alternative?
I want you guys to recognize the importance of using the materials around you. And so we look forward to, I have no doubt, I mean, after us, we know that the best comes from here. So let's show them that we are capable. So get together. Once it's good, it means that you are not doing all the work alone. And come up with great ideas. And we'll be here to guide you along the way. And may the best. We want to get as many entries as possible.
I believe that most of you already know that the Ghana Museums and Monuments Board is made up of two, entities that were combined, which is the museums and then the monuments. So those two institutions came together to form the Ghana Museums and Monuments Board. So in the Ashanti region, our mandate is primarily under the national mandate of the Ghana Museums. And so specifically what we do in the Ashanti region is the conservation of Ashanti traditional buildings. So the office was set up to take care of the Ashanti traditional buildings. Ashanti buildings are remnants of the past glory of Ashanti architecture. So when you look at the Ashanti kingdom at the time, how their construction or the architecture was, how the architecture was made of. These particular buildings that we have now actually are the historical, remnants of those past architectural tradition. These particular photos you see here represent each of the values that these buildings carry. And one, as I mentioned, is the historical value. And the other one is the function and the social structure of Ashanti, setup.
And also the design brief. So Customers are required to design the regional headquarters of Ghana Museums Board, as Mr. Francis showed us. And the proposal shall demonstrate how contemporary institutional buildings are put together using this material that is so abundant in this part of the world. Can we go on? Yep. Okay. So just to take you through, these images have been shown. This is the existing site, and then the current block. Can we go on? Yeah. Measures 11.5 by 6.2. That is what we are building with. So that becomes the footprint of what you are trying to do. However, the idea is that you can also add another level to it. So the location is within Kumasi Cultural Center. All those who don't know, later on there's a need for you to make a visit to the center to do that analysis part of the work. Yes, so there's a planned visit tomorrow. So then footprint. So the proposed occupy a total area of 120 to 150. That's the range that we are looking at. And then be limited to 2 stories. That's the ground floor and the first floor. And also the digitalization of earthwork construction is key in this whole ideology or in this whole design competition. And then to demonstrate climate responsive designs as well, and integrate passive cooling, natural lighting. We have these issues with energy use and all that. So that you don't design it that always going to be air conditioned. You design it with passive design based on even the ethos of the department. The climate has to inform that design aspect.
We are actually looking for 15 groups. At the moment, 13 groups I have registered. I'll just go through. Okay, so group 1, we have, you call yourself the STEM, right? Malik Nkwanta and then Boache, God bless. Can you raise your hand? Group 2, we have Odro Charles and then Emmanuel Ayine. You call yourself Terraforms. All right, so this arrangement, please, all those who have registered, please, tomorrow morning by 7:30, you should be here at the department. Tomorrow we'll visit the cultural center. That's the site where you can do your, you can know the site and then do your site analysis and everything. And then after that, we'll go to, we'll visit 2 of the Asante traditional buildings. We'll go to Besiase and then we'll go to Ejunase, right? All right. Please, from the program that was presented, you are using earthen material, right? But we are not using round earth. We are using the very indigenous earthen construction method that is known to the Ashantis, which is mainly the Watson and Dove system or the Atakpami system, right? So please, you should get it right.